Okay, so my plan today is to show you how you can create something in layers using uh, Bambu Studio, Tinkercad, and Inkscape. It's a bit of a process, but it is definitely well worth your time and energy if you are interested in creating unique 3D objects. So let's get started. First place you want to go is to Tinkercad. Except not really because we need an image. So I'm going to do a Google image search for, let's see, who would be fun to do a Google image search for? Let's just do Dogman. Kids love Dogman, right? Images. All right, here's an image of Dogman. Save image as. Save. All right, so I have my Dogman image, and I'm just going to drag that to my desktop. And now what I want to do next is open up Inkscape, and I'm going to drag my Dogman image into Inkscape. It's going to ask me some questions. I'm just going to click OK. There's Dogman. Now what I need to do with my image is mess with it a little bit in order to make it appropriate for input into Tinkercad and then Bambu Handy. So the first thing I want to do, or Bambu Studio, is go to Path, and I want to trace a bitmap. That's what I'm going to get. So I'm going to click Apply, and now I have two Dogmen. This one, I don't want it anymore. All right, the next thing I want to do is go to Path again, and I want to break this apart. All right, now I can go to File and Save As, and we're going to call this Dogman 1. Save. I can go over here to Tinkercad, and I can import, choose a file from the desktop, Dogman1, open, and import. Alright, so here is my Dogman. Right? And he's looking pretty good, but obviously he's not exactly what I want him to be yet. So the first thing I want to do is I want to click on him, and I want to change him from default to silhouette. Right? And now I can mess with his height, I can duplicate him, and I can change him back to default. And now I have two copies of Dogman. One is this filled silhouette, and the other is this more detailed Dogman. Right? And if I wanted to be real simple with everything, I could be done here. Right? This looks all right. I can, use the fill bucket in Tinkercad, or I'm sorry, I can use the fill bucket in Bambu Handy to make this work and to make this look good. But if I wanted to go nuts, I could really, let's say, mess with this a little bit more. So I'm just going to pull that off to the side, and I'm going to go back to Inkscape. Right? And now I have that silhouette there, and I have this guy here. But as you can see, there are other features buried underneath. Just like, right, when that piece was on top, that's all you could see. But if you remove it, you can see everything else that is there as well. So what I want to do now is peel away some of these layers and kind of clear out some of the details. Like all this here, that's just digital trash. We can get rid of it. This here, digital trash, we can get rid of that. Right. This is just like a little accent on his nose. I don't think we really need that. Get rid of it. Right. Next, I am going to, let's see, I can take this. I'm gonna leave that. Well, actually, I'm gonna get rid of that too. And I think the hat, yep, the hat has a couple of pieces as well. All right, so the next thing I want to do is go here to Layers, and I want to send this one all the way to the bottom. I'm going to change color of Dogman's eyes to just white. And now I can put this back there and you can see him. I'm going to change his freckles to white. All of them. Then I can get that where it belongs. Put his hat back on his head. And I can slowly rebuild him. Now, this head will probably make this just a different color for clarity's sake. Alright, now that's Dogman. Now, what I can do is delete that and that and that. Right? And now what I would like to do is go to File, Save As, Dogman 2. Now I can import, choose a file, open, open, and hopefully, if I did it pretty well, now I have all these features that I can put on top of my original silhouette. Now it looks like I moved things a little bit out of whack, so I might want to put them in differently. But using this process, I can now layer my Dogman features a little bit better. Right? Instead of having just complete open lines, I now have filled objects I can work with, and I can get much better, sharper color with the filled objects than I could with those open lines. And I got rid of all this gunk here on the side. Now, I can either go back in and fix it however I want to fix it inside the program. It looks like it's really just the hat that's really out of whack. Or I can just use a square to erase the hat. That might be those arms, but I'm just going to show you how this works. All right, so erase the hat. Now I duplicated. I'm going to ungroup, and I'm going to erase the rest of it and leave the hat. Now all those objects are in on the Dogman. And I can go back to Inkscape. So now I have that. I have the arm, I have that, I have that, I have that. Seems like all I have left to really worry about is the hat, or the badge, I'm sorry, of the hat, and the face. So I can erase the eyes, File, save as Dogman 3. Import, choose a file. And now I can put this feature in. Now that's clearly too tall, but I can do that. And now I have Dogman's face. It looks like I accidentally grabbed that piece as well. Again, I could go back to Inkscape and delete it, or I can just use the grouping tool to get rid of it like that. And there you have it. Now it looks like the way I did that, I'm going to have to change. If I want the star on his hat, I'm going to have to export that separately. So let's go again back to Inkscape. Oops. I'll delete the face. Now I just have that star left. File, save as, cancel, file, save as. This is Dogman 4. Go back to this. Import, choose a file, Dogman 4, open, import. There's my star. Oh, I forgot about that little bit again. That's okay. Group. Now, I have that. So, I can do this now. And now what I can do is print in layers. So everything that is one layer can be one color, the next layer can be another color. So depending on how intense I wanted to get with this design, I could really keep exporting or changing things. I could export every little bit out, individually and really kind of go for something impressive. But since this is just a demonstration, I have a bunch of layers here. I showed you how to make the layers, right? And I think this will work. So I'm going to delete him because he looks a little bit messy compared to what I made. And I'm going to go to File, Export. I'm going to export STL. Cool. My tremendous biggery. Gotta love those Tinkercad names. Then I'm going to open up Bambu Studio. I'll just grab my tremendous biggery from my desktop. There he is. Now I can color him if I want to, right? So I can click on him, and let's say I want to paint. And I can paint a height range. All right, so I have a nice big range I'm working with here. So we'll start here. So now everything that high up is blue. I can go back to my red. I can focus on this. Everything that high up is red now. Let's say I wanted to get the eyes a different color, right? Instead of doing a height range, I can go to a fill. I can go to the sides, boom, boom. This is why I like doing the height range better, because when you use the fill bucket, it's very difficult to get those angles and make sure you have everything colored correctly. It's not impossible, but it is, more tricky. So you get the idea of how this works. If you have any questions, don't hesitate to ask.